All right, hello and welcome to our class. with me. First class with me. My name is Success and I'm going to talk this wonderful class. And today I'm going to introduce you guys to domain regulators and all this stuff. So, we're going to be treating domain regulations and status code compatibility. I'm going to be explaining what domain regulations is, status code compatibility, and stuff. So, I want to give you the course outline right now. Course outline. So, I'm going to be first. We're going to treat the introduction to domain regulations. I'm going to explain domain names and their importance. I'm going to give an overview of domain registration authority, domain registration authorities like ICANN, CCT, LD, authorities, etc. To discuss some domain registration process and regulations. Then two types of domain extensions, explanation of generic top level domains, GTL, LTS, and quadruple top level domains, CCP, LTS. Examples of popular domain extensions and their purposes, discussion on significance of choosing the right domain extension for specific purposes. Domain registration best practices, guidelines, choosing domain name, branding, SEO, all this other stuff. So move into HTTP status codes to explain what they are, the rule in web communication, what the status includes, one XS2, XS3, XS, and all that stuff. So let's get right into the video. So introduction to domain regulations. Let's move to that. So yeah, once again, hello everyone. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of domain regulations. Let's start with the basics. What is a domain name? A domain name is your online address, the way people find you on the internet. How these names are regulated, that's what we're here to explain. So what exactly is a domain name? Okay, let's say let's say you have a house, it's on a whiteboard. Let's say you have a house here, this is your house. Your house will have an address. Normally your house will have an address. So how people find this your house is through address. So we're going to have someone here that will be like, oh, how can I find Mr. A? How can I find Mr. B? Someone to now direct him or her to your house using your house address. That's just basically what the domain name is. This is your online address. That's the way people can find the website. Let's say this house right here. Let's say this house right here is your let's say this house right here is your website. Yes, let's say this is your website, and this is a user that wants to find your website and come and if you can how beautiful your website is and all this other stuff. So, your domain name, get to the first person in the name. Okay, this is blah 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 .com. Yes, so that's the address. That's how to get to his house. You need to put it in the browser and then just locate your website. So that's just basically like that's like the easiest explanation of that basically what. So next uh let's talk about domain names overview. Domains because a domain name is like your online street address. It's how people locate you on the vast landscape of the internet. Yeah, so that's just basically what I explained here. So now let's talk about the domain registration authorities. There are people who actually govern, who control the domain registrations and all this other stuff. So let's talk about them so you can be familiar with them because as you grow in as you follow progress in the curriculum of this wonderful opportunity we have to teach and learn technology, you have to understand how you can like the authorities that control the registry of new domains. Like time you're a professional front-end developer or back-end developer, whichever one you decide to pick. So domain registration authorities, they are organizations like ICANN, and various country code authorities that regulate and manage domain registration globally. They set the rules and ensure a fair and secure environment for everyone. So let me look for a more easier way to explain this. So okay, let's say okay, let's go back to our example. For example, where we have a house. So this house is your website. Then we have Mr. A. So that hard. Mr. A is looking for your house. Yeah, Mr. A is looking for your house. So you can look for your house in the vast landscape of the internet to have like many houses. So let's say that okay, let's use an example of since we're already in the real estate sector. So let's use an example of let me say it's an estate. It's an estate. So in that estate there are so many houses. You can draw so many houses. So in that estate there are like so many houses and Mr. A right here is trying to find this particular house that belongs to Mr. B, which is his friend. Find the house that belongs to Mr. B. So Mr. A, how is he going to actually get to this house? Okay. Now let's say Mr. A wants to buy a house. Let's say he wants to buy a house. So this one will be more easier for you all to understand. Mr. A wants to buy a house. So this new house is so fresh and all those other stuff. So Mr. A wants to actually buy this house. So this stuff, huge guy, and he has a lot of cash in his pockets. So he wants to purchase a new house. So now, who is he going to meet? He's going to actually meet the landowner of the house. In this case, the landowner of this house is ICANN, which is the organization, various control authorities that regulate and manage buying of house. Go to meet the landowner, which is in this case ICANN, and then going to have some various discussions. And when they have an agreement on the amount of money is to pay, when they have an agreement on the amount of money is to pay, then go on with transaction and then have a house. After having then get a house. That's how you get the house. That's just basically the role of the domain name organization. The authorities that control them. So basically now so the next one is to rate like registration processes and regulations. When it comes to registration domain, there are specific processes in place to like today to be able to delve into these processes and understand the regulations that actually govern them. So as I just spoke about how to like have a conversation with the landowner so that you can have the get access to the keys to this house. Yeah. So now I'm going to put it in our own terms in tech industry. So I'm going to talk about the types of domain extensions. There are different types. There's the GTLDS, CCTLDS, and so on. So I have to explain that to you and get acquainted with that. I think it will really helpful with our development journey, which actually is very fun because they are rad ways to actually get it perfectly become a developer. So people can clear this up, then talk about the types of domain extensions. I'm going to explain where the .com, the .org, the .uk, .ca, where they belong to and how they are actually governed. So let me clear this up. My YouTube. So okay, so now that we have a grasp of domain regulations, let's talk about the different types of domain extensions. Not all domain extensions are created equally, and choosing the right one is crucial for various purposes. So not all the domain extensions are actually like how we have man A and person B having the same height. Now that's not how it works in domain names. Domain extensions are not printed equally, and choosing the right one is actually crucial for various purposes. So what do we have first? So first we have the GTLDS. Now this GTLDS stands for generic top level domains. It stands for generic top level domains. I hope you grabbed your pen and your little notebook so you can write some stuff down. So there are these generic top level domains. They are like we have examples of generic top level domains. For example, the .com. .com is a generic top level domain. Which other one? We have .org. Yeah, Redirection. Yes, Redirection. This is also a generic top level domain. Now, the generic top level domain, these are examples of generic top level domains. I hope actually like understand what I'm trying to pass through. So these are they are universal. Generic top level domains are universal. So the next one to explain it, that's the next one to make sure that's where you're going to actually like understand, get the difference between these two, the two of them. So the next one to be explaining, which actually make it to grasp what I'm trying to explain. So the generic top level domains, they are universal. They're not specific to particular countries and territories. For example, we have the .com or .rg. You can testify that you see that almost everywhere. You see the .rg everywhere. So the next one we have is different type of domain. This one is CC lowercase CCTLDS. It's some network issues. Okay. CCTLDS. So the CCTLDS. These ones are the opposite of generic top level domains. These ones they are specific to a same country. CCTLDS stands for country code top level domains. As the name implies, country code top level domains. That means like it's particular for only one country. It's limited for only one country, not like the generic top level domains, which is universal. Now, examples of this one, we have examples of the other one. We have examples of this one. We have maybe we have it .uk. I'm very sure you've seen that somewhere. We have .uk. We have .cc. That's for Canada. .us. So that's just basically what this is. We have two types of domain extensions. GTLDS, which stands for generic top level domains, and CCTLDS, stands for country code top level domains. And the examples of GTLDS is .com, .org, universal, and CCTLDS, .uk.ca.us. This was are specific to a single country. So choosing the right extension based on kind of project we're building and the use case of that project actually. For example, now there are different extensions that convey different things. For instance, we have .edu. What does this mean? This is an educational officer. So it's commonly associated with educational institutions. While .io is also, like for example, now the next one now. This is actually very fun. The next one we have .io. .io is often associated with tech startups. For example, I was building a website for my channel and many others buy was technology.io. That was the tech startup that shit something like that. So .edu is often associated with educational institutions, while .io is also associated with like status. And a business might choose .biz. A business might choose .biz. That's now what I'm trying to say. So selecting an appropriate extension is crucial for branding and aligning with website purpose so that people can. So that if someone wants to visit your website and they're like, let's visit cohort edu, there will be rest assured they'll be like, okay, yeah, these are educational institute. This is where people come and learn, people come and teach and learn. But in this case, if they say not to visit cohort of IO or your a normal human brain will already be telling you, okay, yeah, this is a technology company, the company that's about or something like that. Yeah, if it's maybe does what human brain will tell you, okay, yeah, it's a business, something like that. So that was basically what I say. So we're going to talk about domain registration best practices. Yeah, best practices for domain registration. I think that will really help a lot if you know the purpose, because as you progress in your tech journey, knowing better use of some things will be useful. I'll give you a tip that you can use. Always be very, very ready to learn. Always keep learning. The learning never ends, and it's actually fun. It's fun to learn. It's fun to teach. Yeah, I mean, a very, very fun time right now, like sharing this knowledge. Also. So let's move back to domain registration best practices. So I'm going to give guidelines for choosing a domain name. I'm going to explain that. I'm going to give a guideline for choosing a domain name. So a good domain name is memorable, reflects the brand or purpose, and it's easy to spell and pronounce. Example, Google's domain name is simple and memorable. So Google's domain name is what's it of? It's Google.com. This Google's domain name. So Google's domain name right here is actually very simple and memorable. And adhering to these guidelines improves the website accessibility and overall user experience. Although the development side is still actually very important, like the front end and the back end and the infrastructure used to build the website actually still very important. So I want to introduce you guys to another one called Who Is. If you're actually like a very tech-minded person, I'm pretty sure you have encountered something like Who Is. Who is for privacy and protection. Who is a database, actually the database containing information about domain owners. So let's go back to our example of Mr. E who wants to buy a house. The most guys I really like moving into real estate and all this other stuff. Finally. So let's draw a house that is for sale. Yeah. So this is the house. Not my perfect drawing so far, but we can manage it. So this is the house. A very nice duplex and Mr. A right here, with his large head, and it's always sad. Some reason we are yet to find out. So here it's looking like a little monster. So yeah, so let's say he's done with the transaction. He has finished speaking with landowners. In our own case, ICANN. So they are done with that conversation, and the house belongs to him. So maybe let me brighten up the smile in his face. So okay. Okay, let's leave it that way. So it's done and it belongs to him. Now the landowner is the owner of the large and very large and very fun estate that people like to come to buy stuff in. So let's say, okay, now he's done, he sold the house. Where does he keep record of it? He keeps record of it in wherever he wants to, maybe it's ledger or maybe like a MySQL database or stuff. So in our case, the database containing information about domain owners such as Mr. A here, for example, Mr. A is the who is. The who is. The who is privacy. The who is privacy. This is where they store the names of the Mr. A, Mr. B, whoever comes to buy house. Store them here. They store all the names. Yeah, this is the local database where they store names. Who is the who and is and together is who is. So who is privacy protection marks this information to safeguard privacy. For example, enabling who is privacy prevents personal details from being publicly accessible. For example, you can't come to the house and be like, who owns this house? Mr. A, this, that, call his full name, call his age, and check his marital status, single or whatever. So yeah, so uh, who is also prevent all those other stuff. So protecting personal information is crucial for preventing spam, identity theft, and other malicious activities. I hope you guys are actually following me. With all of experiences. I hope you're not lost somewhere. And if you have any questions, you can drop it in the live chat or ask the community admin or drop it in our Telegram or you can send it directly to my DM or X. So if you are confused, ask any question in live chat. I'll be ready and watching to answer the questions and clear any confusions you have. So feel free to ask any question. I'm here to help you out and bring you into the industry where we do all the fun stuff, all the solar and interesting stuff. So yeah, protecting personal information is crucial for preventing spam, identity theft, and other malicious activities. So now let's talk about domain expiration and renewal. So when you build a website and you post on your website, you bought a domain name, it will eventually expire. Maybe you bought it for a year, bought it for 2 years, bought it for 6 months, but it will eventually expire. That's just how it works. So domain names have an expiration date, and renewing them before this date ensures continuous ownership. Now let's move back to our example with Mr. A. You might be thinking, what was it with Mr. A? He has really seen, he has really suffered in our hands. We're going to keep on using him because he's a good guy. A man that is always sad, that shit, but he's still a good guy. So let's say he bought his house, or let's say he didn't buy, he rented his house. Yeah. So he rented it for a year. So normally how it works even in real life. But I'm trying to resonate this to realize that you can like understand this better. So even in real life, when you rent a place for a certain period of time, when that time is due, it doesn't belong to you anymore. You have to return the keys back to the landowner. In this case, person B, which is always happy because he gets to run away with person's A's cash. Little smart guy, like gets run away with person A's cash every time. So he gets ownership of, he gets the keys back from person A. So they start talking again, and A returns the keys. So now this how does this actually relate with us who are trying to explain here? So yeah, so domain names they all have their expiration date, and renewing them before this ensures continuous ownership. So if person A here actually like maybe he reaches out to person and be like, oh yeah, so okay, I acknowledge that my rent is due. I want to give you the sum of $500 fucking dollars. Yeah, so he's going to actually do that, and then go to continue being the owner. So, an example, forgetting to renew a domain may lead to its availability for others to register. That's just basically how it works. And really, domain names actually resonates with real estate so much. Like real estate so much, and it's really like very very fun. So, uh, yeah. So if he doesn't pay the sum of $500, person B here he actually likes money and then sell it or rent the house out to person C who wants to steal the humble home of person A. He's not also happy, he has a very big head and all sort of stuff. So he wants to steal the home of person A and then rent it out to this guy. I hope you're following. You can drop your questions in the chat and watching to answer them. So yes, awareness of the expiration date prevents unintentional loss of domain ownership. So, what our advice here, always remember the date it's going to expire so that you can then write it again to prevent person C from getting access to it. So, what to delete person C is so that you won't have access. It's for person C, you have to leave the picture so you don't have access to it. Too bad for person C. So yeah, That's basically how it is. So now let's move on to HTTP status code so that we don't have to like spend all the time explaining domain names. But I really hope you guys understood what domain and domain regulations and everything that concerning domain. If you are still confused, I can further you can still ask me questions. I will explain further later on, or I'll explain in the live chat. So that's also yeah. In relation to history status code, so HTTP like this is my like the sweetest part I'm looking for. This part is actually very very fun. So HTTP and its rules. So let me try this on why I introduce you to that. So HTTP and its rules. So HTTP is a protocol for it's actually a protocol for transmitting data on the internet. So let me clear this canvas. Stay with you. Clear it once. I think it's going to clear down here. So clear this canvas now. Get started with all this stuff. Yeah, so we have a black canvas clear. So HTTP and its rules. That's what we're going to explain next. Let me put it on top here so I can know the topic we are in. HTTP and its rules. Yeah, so this is what we're explaining now. It's a shiny blue color. This blue color is more valuable. Yeah. So HTTP and its role, this is what we're trading now. So HTTP is a protocol for transmitting data on the internet. It facilitates communication between web browsers and servers. Now this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets confusing. So pay close attention while I explain this. So now we have the internet, we have the web browsers, we have the servers. So HTTP is a protocol for transmitting data on the internet. Now both the web browser and servers make use of the internet. Now let's draw this out. So I'll grab my pen to let's draw a quick server right here. So this is a server. Hello, Mr. Server. How are you doing? So this is a server. Yeah. So now let's draw our web browser. Web browser is a client application that's built with JavaScript. It's running with JavaScript. It's running with the JavaScript V8 engine. You're going to get more knowledge on that on curriculum. So let's draw a computer here as the web browser. I don't drop the little monitor once the web browser. Let's say it runs the server and the web browser. Stick with me here. It's actually a fun one. So now, how do these two actually transmit data? We have the back end, we have the front end. So apparently, the front application will be running here in the browser already. The front application should already be running here. So as far as the front application is running here, the back end application is already running here in the stack. How do they send data? How do they send data between themselves? How do they send data back and forth? How they do this is with the HTTP protocol. There are two types actually, HTTP, HTTPS. What HTTP stands for is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Yeah. So HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and it is the foundation of data communication on the World Wide Web. HTTP is an application protocol that facilitates the transfer of information between a web browser like we have here, web browser, this guy, between this guy and this guy, so it facilitates transfer of information between the web browser and the server, which is this guy here. It defines how messages are formatted and transmitted, as well as how the web servers and the browsers should respond to various commands. In simple terms, when you enter a URL, that is stands for Uniform Resource Locator, in your web browser and press enter, the browser sends an HTTP request. So when you type in pressing a.house, it sends an HTTP request to the server. Then the server who sees the requested web page, the server responds to an HTTP response. We're going to get more on that when we start talking about the HTTP status code. Then an HTTP response to the web browser, and this can come as a HTML page. And the other one I spoke of, HTTPS, it's just same thing, hypertext transfer protocol, but secure. That one is more secure, and that's one we mostly use these days, and that's one we use like every time these days. We use hypertext transfer protocol secure. There's an extension of HTTP, but with an additional layer of security provided by SSL. SSL stands for Secure Sockets Layer. While hosting a website on the domain, you have to purchase something called Secure Sockets Layer Certificate, or its successor TLS. TLS is the successor of SSL. TLS Transport Layer Security. The S in the HTTPS stands for secure. That's what different between both of them. So the HTTPS, the communication between the web browser and the server, is encrypted, ensuring that the data exchange remains confidential and secure. This encryption helps protect sensitive information such as login credentials, personal details, and financial transactions. My ears are fully stand. Yeah, helps prevent those threats. When you visit a website using HTTPS, your browser establishes a secure connection with the server through the use of SSL TLS certificate. This ensures that any data transmitted between your browser and the server is encrypted and cannot be easily intercepted by the malicious actors. Which in this case, we have the ethical hackers. These guys, these cool guys, they use Linux and also sweet stuff to hack cybersecurity. And not ethical hackers, actually, the black hat hackers, the black, gray, white, enough of that. So, in summary, the HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, the standard protocol for communication on the World Wide Web. While HTTPS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, is a secure version of HTTP that encrypts data during transmission, providing a higher level of security. I hope that was actually very easy to digest. If not, you can actually watch the video again. Right, actually get it, or you can ask questions in the live chat. I'll be here to answer. So let's talk about status codes. Commonly encountered status codes actually. Before I will go to move into overview of status codes. So let me clear some stuff from here. Hello, how to go? Just a bit next. Okay, this one has to stay. So, let's go overview of HTTP status code. So, HTTP status codes indicates the outcome of an HTTP request. They are categorized into groups such as informational, that is the 100 plus, success 200 plus, redirection 300 plus, client error 400 plus, server error 500 plus. So, let me actually write that down visually so I can actually get it. So, when you see HTTP code 100, it means it's informational. 100 plus, it means it's informational. They require something from you. When you get status code 200, and above, success. That one says success. Like when I'm doing backend programming using Node.js and Express, when I get 200 status code, I say is this really, I get fun stuff. No, you're gonna get there. It's not later. So when you get 300, what is that soccer? Yeah, when you get 300 plus, 399. When you get 300 plus, that's client error. There's something wrong with the browser, the client side front end, all this other stuff. So front-end developer to actually handle that. But when you get for back-end developers, this is where you get stuff. When you get 500 plus, server error, there's programming error, maybe in your backend language, maybe you use JavaScript and the framework like Script, maybe use Python, Django, Flag, all that stuff. Now this is a nightmare. I hate seeing this. I hate seeing the 500 plus. I really hate seeing this. I'm trying to avoid it at all means. For example, 404. I'm sure you all know 404. 404 is actually like very simple. If you know 404, you can just comment down below. If you want like 30 seconds to write I know, let me see who you know what 404 means. If you know what 404 means, you can actually indicate down below and explain what it means briefly for most of your peers. So let me give you a little time to do that. I'm guessing you are done. So 404 not found indicates that your requested resource could not be found on the server. For example, you want to come to see someone's child, maybe person A's beautiful daughter. So when you get there, you'll be like, hello, AICANN, which is the landowner. Be like, I need you to find me person A's house. They take you there. Person A, okay, I'm already here. That is, arrives at the website, go to the website on your web browser. Be like, person A, I need you to I need your daughter. I need to go out to the door. Person A will be like, okay, person A dot house /door, which is I'm not sure if you actually follow it. You actually get what I'm trying to say. Let me visualize that. So let's say if you say person A, person A dot house. This is a domain name, and you want to get access to store. Person A dot house /store. You actually like use this. And let's say, okay, the daughter is not at home. The daughter left with a more cuter guy, for example, me. I'm just kidding. So basically, the daughter lives with a more cuter guy, and so that stuff. So what is then going to happen? Person A is going to tell you 404. My daughter isn't found at home. You have to leave. So that's where we get our 404 from. I hope this is as simple. I try to say this as simple as we can get. I hope you are actually following. If you are not, you can actually ask me questions in the live chat. So 404 means indicates that the requested resource could not be found in the server, hence this explanation. I hope it's actually very easy for you guys to actually understand. So recognizing these codes helps in diagnosing and resolving issues. So they commonly encounter such codes. You have to be familiar with commonly encountered codes, such as the 200, which means okay, success, or the 500, which is a nightmare actually, which means internal server error. Not to check your programming, your backend code, and it's essential for troubleshooting. And then 302, that is found or temporary redirect. That is when you get 302, write that down. When you get 302 status code. When you get the status code, it means it's temporary. It's found. 302 is found, but you temporarily redirected. That indicates that a temporary change in URL. So let's say, okay, I have two daughters. Let's go back to this example where we talk about the labels. So I have two daughters. You want to look for daughter one. But daughter one now left with a more tag guy like the coding tutor. Which actually explain this to you guys. Now, the other one was not found. So instead of you to say, okay, 404, you have to leave now because you can't find the other one. Go to say, okay, 302. That is, I have another one for you, daughter 2. Now you can take daughter 2 and leave. That is daughter 2 related to your web browser. I hope you got the joke, actually. Yeah, so that's just basically what it is. So 302 found, but there'll be temporary change in the URL. So recognizing these status codes aids in identifying and addressing issues for a smoother user experience. So let's check compatibility. So let's check technical compatibility and impact on user experience. The HTTP status codes directly influence how users perceive and interact with the website. A well-handled status code enhances user experience. For example, a well-designed 404 page can guide the user back to relevant content. Now, let me explain this using real-world terms. So now you go to person A.house on your web browser, and then you look for daughter one. Let's say I'm looking for daughter one. .1. And now .1 isn't at home at the moment. So what does it say? It says gives you this other status code here. This one gives you 404. Leave my eyes. This is what it means. 404 be displayed. But now, this is where front-end developers, like if you want to pay front-end developer and watching this video, this is where you need to pay attention. Now, you can actually set the mode. You can design a very beautiful 404 page so that the person who is looking for person A's daughter won't be pissed off by the mood and like how person A, maybe person A reacts with anger. But with 404, a beautiful 404 page, which you can actually design. You design a beautiful 404 page that is for front-end developers. You can actually be like, okay, yeah, okay, because daughter one is not here, but I can still chill in the house. So you can then send with this, and then return. You can then, since the 404 page, as it said, and then return to forget about daughter one, and then return to the house, which is the home domain, and then chill house. Yeah, so that's basically how. So a well-designed 404 page can guide users back to relevant content. Understanding the impact helps developers create user-friendly error pages and enhance overall site usability. So how front-end developers work with guys, I really understand what I'm saying. So web developers need to know how to handle various codes. So handling different status codes, let me explain this. So various developers, web developers, they need to know how to handle various status codes programmatically. Yeah, you have to write the code. So this involves implementing appropriate responses based on the code received. For example, redirecting a user to a different page when a view one moved permanently status code is encountered. Proper handling ensures a seamless user experience, even when so a reward scenario. Analyzing reward scenario where websites effectively handles status code or feature challenges. So study how your website handle 503 service. So there are many status codes actually. I just mentioned the handful of them. But I want to look for a good resource. I'm going to put it down below in the description. You can check the link in the description. Maybe I have put it there. So you can go later on when you're done with the video. After you like it, subscribe, share, turn on notification, do those YouTube stuff. Yeah. So I go on and then check that resource, which link below. So 503 stands for service unavailable. Service unavailable. So studying how popular website handle this during maintenance. So learning from a real world example, where developers for example, this service are remote. Okay, let's say the front-end developer, or let's go to the back-end developer. Attacking the front-end developer too much. Sorry guys, I'm attacking you guys so much. I'm attacking you guys so much. Sorry about that. So, I'm attacking you guys so much. Sorry about that. So let's go to the back-end developers. So back-end developers, let's see you guys are actually changing, how your data is structured, the infrastructure, I see and those other crazy set for your backend development. And you want to maybe you want to change tables and columns in your database. And now the front end cannot be receiving data like that. So they have to show their humble clients, which is the visitors such as me and other kids guys are actually listed right now with us. So they're going to actually show them 503 service unavailable error, and then they have to now have maintain it. So you guys are going to actually learn how to do all those stuff. So I was thinking of adding a particular session. I don't know much walking through snippets to demonstrate how to check and handle different status codes in programming languages. For example, using Python to handle 404 error by displaying custom page by directing the user directing the user, and encourages interactive learning and providing a practical understanding. But I don't know if I should actually like give that example. Let me see if I can do that. I have the code here. For my code editor. Let me quickly open that. So once I open my code editor, I hope it does so I can show you a quick snippets how you can do that. I'm not able to explain it in depth because I'm not sure able to do that state. But I also want to show you that in myself. Maybe next time when you see it, you'll be like familiar with stuff. So let me show you the demo projects now working on. What to blow some stuff out when you die. But when you show you what I'll show you now so you can see. And that will be about it this video. So why the web browser? Why the web browser be getting to my mouth too much? First off, so why the code editor is opening? Let me give a quick overview. So we've treated domain regulations, how to create a domain name, like steps to follow to create one, how to avoid problems, how to register properly, do data schools, compatibility, all those other stuff. So I'll explain what different types of data schools that you can encounter, how you can handle them, best practices, real life scenarios, what's in details, and all this other interesting stuff. Yeah, so let this stuff look. Just ignore the chunk of code. Let's not be looking so much your eyes. I don't get to that point. I really don't get to that point where with you guys throughout the journey, me and the fellow tutors, or you guys just have to you guys just have to be like very consistent. You know, give a free one give a free advice, you guys just have to be very consistent to use attending the lectures. Try to attend all of them, not miss any days so that you don't get left out and you know the done. Yeah, so try to attend them as much as you can. Well, it's certainly going to help you a lot. So let me break this stuff. So test.js. I want to show you in JavaScript because that's what I'm going to teach. I want to teach you guys in Node.js. I'm showing JavaScript. So let's compare from JavaScript. Yeah, this is a Node.js project actually. Sorry for showing this to you guys now, but I just can't help it. I like showing interesting stuff. If you guys get that, so this is a Node.js project actually. Some minus is looking so much. I connected with a database, MongoDB, variable, I use scores, this is HDS. Easy stuff actually. I use MVC pattern. I don't want to cloud guys up this, so let's just predefine quickly so that I can show you guys the bonus tip on how it looks like automatically. Then summarize and call it in game. But while we wait for this, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like this video if this has been very helpful. If you don't get it, you can watch it again. And if you're watching this while it's premiering, I'll be in the live chat waiting for the questions. So hopefully you dropped your questions. Hopefully you have new ones want to drop and watching live chat right now and want to answer them. So while watching this, while it's premiering, if you have any questions, you can ask. If you're watching it after it has premiered, you can drop your questions in the comment sections. I'm going to answer them for you. No biggies, I'm going to answer all the questions for you, and once you have answer them. So yeah, so it's done. So this is just basically what we do here. This is an example of what you're going to be doing. Focus on this place. Just one more. That's it. Okay. So this is a function that handles redirect. So it's simulating if a 302 is found. You know, for more I explained actually. For more I explained in whiteboard. The CO2. What does it stand for again? I forgot what the CO2 stands for. If you can remember what the CO2 stands for, you can go ahead and comment down in the description. I'm going to give you a part and give you a shout out. What does this CO2 stand for? What kind of error does it give? You can remember, you can give you a shout out. If you get it correctly, and if you don't, you can go and look it up. Psychology because again, CO2. So let's simulate handling the CO2 this code by redirecting it to a different page. So CO2 just redirects it to different page. So now let's say, okay, yeah, we come, this is an example now. We come here, we're looking for example, in the example today, we're looking for a new page, and they said, oh, new page is not available. They redirect me to new page 2. So that's how it works. So just redirect you to a different one. Simply that's just it. So that's about it for this video. I think this is an hour long video. I hope you actually stick through it. I hope you did. And if you did, if you actually stayed to the end, I'm going to give you a kudos. I'm going to give you a thumbs up. That's a thumbs up from me, personal one. And I hope you've liked and all those other stuff. I appreciate it if you contribute to this and keep me motivated, yeah, to do more stuff like this to you guys. So this is an hour long video, and if you stick with me to till the end, kudos to you. You rock, amazing. And I can see you're actually passionate about learning tech. Yeah, you want to actually know, want to understand this thing very well and get into the tech industry. We are here, we're rooting for you, and I wish you good luck. Your tech journey. So till we meet again, my name is Agos Success. I'm a creator. So peace out.